Hey everyone, it's Brody with Everything Board Games. Renegade Games sent me Clank, Expeditions, Gold, and Silk, so let's get it to the table. Clank Gold and Silk is yet another expansion that adds new elements to the gameplay while keeping the core game intact. One side of the board you will play in the Dwarven mine. Setup is similar to the core game except the following. 3 mining bonus tokens are placed in their spots below the Clank area. The entrance into the mine is on the left side of the board this time. When looking at the board, you will see these veins of gold. Each of them touches a room. When you are in one of the rooms, you can spend 2 skill points, which are those blue diamonds on your cards, and you will be able to dig out the gold in that vein. You will take that amount shown of money from the bank and place one of your Clank cubes on the number shown that shows that you already dug out the money there. No other players can dig in the same vein as another player, so make sure you plan your moves accordingly. After digging in a vein, you are not allowed to use any more boots or move further for the rest of that turn. Keep in mind though that at the end of the game, players will earn those bonus tokens for the number of veins mined. The player who mined the most, regardless of their values, gets the 20-point token. The player who mined the second most gets the 10-point token, and the player who mined the third most gets the 5-point token. If you happen to die in the depths, then you cannot receive any of these bonus tokens. Just like in a mine, there are elevators. There are 2 elevator shafts on the left side of the board that allows you to go up and down from the depths. To use the elevator, you must pay 1 gold coin to the bank each time that you use it. The mine refreshes the game just enough to make it feel like it's new again. You use the same cards from the base game, and if you're familiar with the base game, this expansion will only take about 5 minutes to learn and understand the new rules. Yet, the game feels totally different due to the new board, the veins of gold, the elevators, and the bonus tokens for mining out the gold, which changes your strategy when playing. The Dwarven mine focuses on the gold aspect, but you might be thinking, where does the silk come in? Well, if you flip the board to the other side, then you will play the Spider's Queen Lair. In this version, you will replace the 7-point artifact with a new 8-point artifact that looks like this. The 12 web tokens are shuffled and placed randomly face down on each web space on the board. Passages with a web space require that you spend a boot or a sword to move through it. If you don't have either of those, you cannot move through it. When moving past it, you will remove the token from the board and place it in front of you. It will have a point value on the other side, which you can reveal to yourself, but other players shouldn't see the point value. Now that the web is gone, the passage is clear, and when a player wants to move through it, no additional resources are spent. The Queen Spider doesn't just lay its web in the passages, but some rooms are webbed as well. These rooms contain gold, major or minor secrets, or even monkey idols. To gain these tokens, you must cut it loose by spending a sword when first entering the room. If you don't have a sword or don't want to use it at that time, then you will just need to exit the room and re-enter it for a chance to cut the web and claim the reward. Also, you'll see at the top corner of the board lies the Queen's Web cache. This holds 8 treasures that the Queen has collected. On your turn, you may spend 8 skill points to take the treasure of your choice. Once taken, you will mark it with a Clank cube so that no one else can pick the same treasure again. As you can see, that each space gives you a choice of gold, healing that needs to be used immediately, boots and swords which need to be used that turn, or even a secret tome that will be added to your discard pile. Unlike the mine, you will not know how many points each player gets from the web tokens till the end of the game, but you aren't necessarily competing to get the most web tokens, or maybe you are. The Queen's Cache is a nice way to help with a big combo, when your cards line up just right. Besides the new rules mentioned, the rules will reflect the base game. The game comes with a giant spider meeple, which you use to replace the dragon, as it makes the game feel more thematic. Also, 4 new player pawns are included, which can replace the original meeples. When playing in the Dwarven mine, or the gold side, I very much enjoy and like how it's easier to get gold. Gold is valuable when you want an item from the market, and many times you want more than one item in the market, like a backpack to store 2 artifacts, and a key so that you can get to that artifact and get out. Gold, in many instances, is so important that killing that goblin just that many times becomes annoying. So, it's a great addition to the game. Also, the additional points awarded at the end can be a significant amount to win the game. It also helps you use your skill points when you don't want any of the cards to add to your deck, or when there are no cards for 2 skill points. The elevator on the side also makes it a little bit easier to get out from the depths, because once someone gets out, remember the time is ticking. On the silk side of the board, the additional action to cut the loot from the wall, from the room, is just so thematic that I love the idea of it. Also, becoming the first to use your boots or swords to open new pathways and gain extra points becomes important on this side. I like how the other players don't even know how many points you might be getting by opening up these passageways and cutting the web away. But be careful, because sometimes you will want to use those boots and swords on something more important like movement and killing monsters so you don't lose life. Also, the spider web on the top of the board that uses the 8 skill points to unlock is a great way to cost some good combinations and to purchase more of something that you need at that time in the game. I definitely enjoy the expansion and would recommend anyone that has the base game that they need to add this to their collection. The price is just right, and the variety is added to the game is just so great that it's hard to say no. I'm excited to see what other expeditions come in the future. Again, this is Clank Expeditions Gold and Silk. If you like what you see, then go buy it.